A year-long journey around the globe has seen the world's best archers compete in Shanghai, Turkey's seaside town of Antalya, Salt Lake City and Berlin. And it's all been towards this, the final. Welcome to Samsun. The stage winners qualified automatically. Chan Hye-jin winning in Shanghai, her teammate Lee Yun-gyung winning Berlin, Ksenia Perova on the beach in Antalya, and Deepika Kumari took the title in Salt Lake City. They're joined by the ranking qualifiers Lisa Unruh, Tanya Ting and Lei Chen-ying. The host nation spot goes to recently crowned European champion Yasemin Anagosh. So it's time to find out who will be crowned the 2018 Hyundai Archery World Cup Recurve Women's Champion. And here we are looking down the 70-meter range here, and it's the women's recurve that we're going to start with today on Recurve Sunday. We're on the coast of the Black Sea, and the temperature here is not too bad, but the rain is playing its part. It's dry at the moment, but the chances are that we will have a downpour at some point today. I'm Karim Bashir, and I'm joined by Dutch international archer Chef Vandenberg. Chef, it was coming down cats and dogs, as we say in the UK earlier on. What's going to happen if it comes down like that during the competition?
Yeah, the weather will be a definite challenge for the archers today, and I'm eager to see how they deal with it.
Yeah, it certainly will be interesting if it does rain as hard as it was earlier on. But here is today's schedule. We're going to start with the 4 quarterfinals. They come one after another, pretty quick here, and then we'll immediately move on to the semi-finals before the medals are decided, just a little after 12:30. And of course the top 2 seeds came into the draw, placed automatically at the top and the bottom of the brackets. Everyone else was drawn randomly, so it means that we've got some interesting lineups coming up in the first 4 matches. As you can see, the range is a little damp, but we are going to start, as I said, with the women's recurve quarterfinal. Looks like the athletes are almost ready to come out. And here are the draws. Chan Hye-jin up against Turkey's very own Yasemin Anagosh. The Indian Kumari against the Chinese Taipei athlete Lei. That will be interesting. And at the bottom of the draw, Lisa Unruh and Tanya Ting. But we are going to start right down at the bottom. Lee Yun-gyung and Ksenia Perova. Well, they're waiting in the wings, so let's go over there and welcome the athletes out onto the field of play.
Ev sahibi ülkenin sporcuların da dahil olması ile 8 kişilik liste tamamlanmış ve sporcular şampiyonluk mücadelesi için mücadele edecekler.
And ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the athletes to the field for the Recurve Women's Quarterfinal match number 1.
Bayanlar baylar, klasik yay bayanlar çeyrek finalin ilk maçında yarışacak sporcuları sahaya davet ediyoruz.
On target 1, representing the Russian Federation.
1 numaralı hedef Rusya'dan
Ksenia Perova. And her competitor on target 2, representing the Republic of Korea.
Rakibi 2 numaralı hedef Kore'den
Lee Yun-gyung. The line judge for this session is
maçın çizgi hakemi
Hannah Brown. The target judge for this session is
hedef hakemi
Alexandre Vecchio Passerini.
Okay, you're going to shoot first. Okay, you're shooting second. Okay, are you both ready? Okay, ready? Okay, target 2 is shooting first. Range is clear. Begin the match.
Well, here we go. Our first match sees Lee Yun-gyung The number 2 seed going up against the number 5 seed for this tournament, Ksenia Perova, and Lee will shoot first. Just drifting off into the 8 for the Russian. We work on a set system here. So you can recover if you make a mistake.
10 на 6.
Well, there you go, Chef. Just go through how the set system works in recurve archery.
Yeah, so contrary to cumulative score, we have a set system here, which means that every 3 arrows, the highest points total will be awarded 2 set points. We'll do this for 5 sets. Ultimately, the first person that has 6 points or more wins the competition. So it can be over in 3 sets or in 5 sets.
Well, there you go, and that is a comparison of the 6 arrows shot in that first set. Ksenia Perova all low and Lee all quite high.
Yeah, but nothing too severe to see there.
Okay, you are leading 2 sets to 0. You will shoot first. You will shoot second. Okay, are you ready? Target 1 will shoot first. Range is clear. Keep shooting.
Well, the trailing athlete always shoots first in archery. So with Yun taking the first set, Ksenia Perova will shoot first in the second.
And take a look at her hand when she anchors. You can see that there's a sort of a rotation in her wrist every time she anchors, and it's almost like she's anchoring and then she has to settle a bit with rotating her wrist, and it's a minor movement, but it's not something I've seen with any other archer before. So you can see she pulls back, and then you can see the wrist sort of moving a little bit, and it's not the same in every shot, but it's interesting to see.
Yeah, very interesting, because the athletes like to have a process they go through. Good grouping to start with from Lee.
Yeah, she might want to adjust her sight.
Big spread from Perova.
Yeah, not quite finding the middle yet.
And 8 will be good enough for a good lead.
5 of the 6 arrows are in the 9 on the right, so yeah, she's adjusting her sight right now. I suspect she noticed it herself as well.
Yeah, well, the sight needs to be adjusted for the Russian. She has already begun to look like she may well be in trouble, and here's the technique you were talking about, Chef.
Yeah, so if you just take a look at her right hand or the left hand on the screen, she sort of twists her hand a bit. You can see that the wrist is not really relaxed at all.
Well, bold statement on the peak of her cap that she's come up against a Korean who's shooting very well indeed.
0. Perova, you will shoot first. Lee, you will shoot second. Are you ready? Target 1 will shoot first. The range is clear. Shoot.
Both of these archers are really, really quick archers. So if Lee manages to get this set, this competition might be over, or this match might be over in the blink of an eye.
Absolutely. Oh, that's gone very wide. It looked tough for her at the beginning of this set before she shot that arrow, but now it looks like Lee is going to progress, and she's going to do it in just 9 arrows.
This is very, very strange. I don't know how you can shoot 2 arrows all the way to the left like that and have them so consistent.
Well, it's pretty much done and dusted here. Wow, the grouping is unbelievable. All three really close to each other, but just miles away from the center.
Yeah, and interestingly, she can smile about it.
Well, Lee's the one that's going to be smiling her way through into the semi-finals. A perfect start for her. A quick visit out onto the field of play. She's got a feeling for how the conditions are, and she's done it in 9 arrows. The Russian, well, I'm intrigued as you are, Chef. 3 arrows all in the same place, but all way left and in the 4. And the door opened wide for Lee Young of Korea. And there is confirmation that she has progressed through the very first quarter-final here in the Recurve women's event.
I wonder if she knows what's going on herself. She's still looking at the target as if it's still a mystery for herself.
And we will see Miss Lee soon back on the field of play. Thank you.
Well, there we go. They're heading off the field of play already. That was super fast. A very, very electric start to the Recurve women's event. As we look back across, well, just the 9 arrows that Lee took to win that one.
Yeah, and I think the last 3 arrows that Berova shot were probably the closest 3 arrows to each other of the match, but just all the way to the left. You could see here that, yeah, that's a good 70 to 80 centimeters, that, and they're just right next to each other.
Well, strange stuff from the Russian. Some of the close people to the event suggesting that she may well threaten for the title here, but Lee, with that beautiful smile, goes through to the semi-finals. As I said, the matches come thick and fast, and we're just about ready for the second quarter-final. The winner of this one will face Lee, who has just won the first quarter-final. And here is confirmation of Lee Young going through at the bottom of the bracket. And our next match is between Lisa Unruh of Germany and Tanya Ting of Chinese Taipei. They're almost ready to come out. There they are. Let's welcome them to the range here in Samsun.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the athletes to the field for the Recurve Women's Quarterfinal match number 2.
Bayanlar baylar, klasik yay bayanlar çeyrek finalin ikinci maçında yarışacak sporcuları sahaya davet ediyoruz.
On target 1, representing Germany,
1 numaralı hedef Almanya'dan
Lisa Unruh. And her competitor on target 2, representing Chinese Taipei,
2 numaralı hedef rakibi Çin Taipei'den
Tanya Ting.
Okay, target 1. You'll be shooting first. You're going to be shooting second. Okay, are you ready? Okay, target number 1 is shooting first. The range is clear. Athletes are ready. Begin the match.
So here we go, second quarter final. The number 4 seed Lisa Unruh on target 1 to your left. The number 6 seed Tanya Ting from Chinese Taipei on target 2. Unruh to shoot first.
With a solid start. I think in the recurve division, if you shoot a 9, you can really build on that. Whereas with the compound, if you shoot a 9, you miss 1 point. So there's a slight nuance difference there.
We are 20 meters further down the range to get to the target.
Yeah.
In recurve.
With a slightly less advanced bow as well. Very methodical technique by Lisa Unruh. It's a very has a lot of steps to it, and it's really really interesting to see how she doesn't really differ any shots. Most of the shots look exactly the same. I'd almost call it static instead of dynamic.
Well, Tanya Ting dropping into the 8 there to hand the set over to the process-driven German Lisa Unruh. Have a look at the arrows here. Unruh in yellow and Tanya Ting in red.
Yeah, the groups are similar, but the 8 from Tanya Ting really makes that difference in this set.
She had a chance, well, you would have put money on her actually going at least getting the draw there in that first set, but dropping into the 8 gave it to Unruh. Here's Unruh's 3 arrows. Progressively getting better.
Yeah.
It's clear. Shoot.
So Unruh with the advantage early on. Tanya Ting will want to do something about this pretty quickly, having seen how quickly Ksenia Perova conceded to Lee in the first quarterfinal.
A bit of a long hold.
Yeah.
It's not typical of her to hold her string that long. Normally she'll release a lot quicker and have a more dynamic shot, and this was a bit suspenseful for me to watch. That was better.
Hey, yeah.
So even though her arrows are closer to the center on average, they still score the same points.
Okay.
This 9 will mean that Lisa can grab the set again by shooting a 10.
Well, chance for Unruh to establish a commanding lead.
Yeah, you can see that in the motion of release, in the moment of release, there was a little bit of a movement in her left arm, and I think that cost her the perfect score, but a 9 is still okay.
Yeah, well, it was enough to level the scores in the set, so they share the set points. But Tanya Ting starting to show some form here with a 10 here. Looks very, very good, and look at that. See how the arrow spins and lands the target.
Yeah, it seems that the wind is different than yesterday. Yesterday you could see in the slow motion that the arrow was approaching a target with it still to the left, and now it was pretty much straight on. So there's definitely something changed in the weather conditions.
Unruh, you have 3 points. Tan, you have 1 point. You will shoot first. You will shoot second. Are you ready? Okay, target 2 will shoot first. The range is clear. Begin the match.
Well, our referee said it all. Our line judge, Tanya Ting trailing, will shoot first here in the third set. She's on the board. She'll want to build on that.
You can see a difference in Lisa's and Tanya Ting's technique. Also by the drawing back of the bow, you can see that Tanya Ting, she lifts her bow very high up, as you've just seen here. I think it has to do with setting the shoulders into the right position for shooting, which she might have failed to do in this shot. But Lisa is just very straight on. She lifts her bow pretty much until the point of where she wants to aim.
Well, you saw her face then. She wasn't happy with that one. She knew as she released it.
So there's a difference there, and I think the thing that Lisa does is easier, but it's more difficult to put your shoulders correctly immediately. And what Tanya Ting does definitely also works, but it's difficult. It's not for everyone, I think.
Yeah, well, it's very, very individual as a sport, unique processes. But Lisa Unruh there looking very solid on her last arrow of that set, and is just 1 point away from winning the second quarter-final here. She wasn't happy with that 7, but immediately corrected with the 10.
Yeah.
And it's really important. You can just see well, she didn't look happy, did she?
No, not at all. But that shows that she's mostly shooting against herself at this point, and not really against Tanya Ting, because she did win this set. But the moment she walked off the line, she seemed unhappy with what she did. So I think she's really really doing it for her own good and not for this particular match.
You have 1 point. You will shoot first. You will shoot second. Are you ready? Okay, target 2 will shoot first. The range is clear, and shoot.
Well, Tanya Ting has her work cut out for her here. Lisa Unruh of Germany is just 1 point away from going through this quarter-final. Tanya Ting has to shoot well from the start of the fourth set.
Lisa can relax a little bit. I don't suppose she'll do so, but she only needs to tie the set to win this match, which is exactly what she's doing right now.
Yeah, and if she keeps matching the points scored by Tanya Ting, it's the athlete from Chinese Taipei who will feel the pressure, but that's a 10 from Tanya Ting. Same process for Unruh, but holding on.
That was a very long hold. And she seems to understand that that wasn't what she was planning to do beforehand.
Opportunity here for Tan if she gets another 10, and she has, and that makes this one out of reach for Unruh. She can only score 28 points, so the gap will close at the end of this set. Still going through the process and shooting a 10 to set herself up for the next action and for her next arrow. But it's Tanya Ting who has fought back. She trails by 2.
And it was a really good moment to shoot the highest end of the match so far. She needed to win this set, and she did, to keep alive, stay alive.
Well, here is a view of Tanya Ting's arrows so far.
Yeah, mostly a bit low, I would say. Yeah, I would say that she'd probably need to fire some stronger shots because she has a good group. I'm just not sure that she can improve that at this moment. But
well, these are the 2 10s that Tanya Ting shot at the end of that set that took her through. She put the set out of reach.
Are you ready? Okay, target 2 is going to shoot first. The range is clear. Begin the match.
So Tanya Ting steps up to the line. Despite winning the previous set, she still trails, so she will shoot first.
It does seem that she's dialed in now, so she'll do everything in her power to make this a shoot-off.
Dropping into an 8 though. Mini advantage to Unruh. Well, if she's got any tension and feeling any stress, she's certainly not showing it, Unruh. And that is a beauty. Real pressure on this one now. Just outside the 10, so 7 will be enough for Unruh to go through here, just to draw a level on points in this set and share the set points. And she gets a 9. She takes both set points and she takes the quarter-final win here. Lisa Unruh qualifies for the semi-finals, and there is the response, there is the reaction. She's here for business when she's standing on the line, but she can show emotion clearly there. Very happy with the win. Chef, Tanya Ting looked like she was making a bit of a fight back, but this lady here, Lisa Unruh, was pretty solid throughout.
Yeah, she hasn't had any weird ends, I would say. She shot 1-7 and the rest was just all gold. Not too many 10s yet, but I'm sure that she'll find the groove and shoot some more in the rest of these matches.
But we talk about you know, the process and the physical side of the sport.
Yeah.
As we look back across the match, it was the look on her face that tells a bit of a story about her determination here, Lisa Unruh.
Yeah, you would say so. It looks as if she came here to win and not just have some fun.
Yeah, and a really solid performance from the German. As we look back across 10, Tanya Ting put up a fight, but ultimately it wasn't enough, and Lisa Unruh goes through to the semi-finals. The contrasting emotions of the German there, clear for all to see. Definitely happy to have gone through. So, we've had two. The bottom of the draw is complete. There's two more to go to fill the top half of the draw. It's been very high quality so far. Some interesting shots. Ksenia Perova having a bit of a wobble early on, and that was enough to see her go out. And we look back across this, Chef. The lineup for the semi-final at the bottom, Lisa Unruh and Lee Yun-gyung. We're not going to see much emotion on the faces of the athletes in that one.
No, probably not. Maybe off the line, but not on the line, I think.
Certainly not. But those two are through to the semis. 2 shots for them at a medal. But we're going to move on to the next quarter-final. There are the athletes waiting to come out. Let's welcome them to the range in Samsun.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the athletes to the field for the Recurve Women's Quarterfinal Match 3.
Bayanlar baylar, klasik yay bayanlar çeyrek finalin 3. maçında yarışacak sporcuları sahaya davet ediyoruz.
On target number 1, representing India,
1 numaralı hedef Hindistan'dan
Deepika Kumari. And her competitor on target number 2, representing Chinese Taipei.
rakibi 2 numaralı hedef Çin Taipei'den
Lei Qianying.
I have to make a note.
Okay, Deepika, you will shoot first. Okay, athlete, Lee, are you ready? You will shoot second. Okay, are you ready? Come forward. Okay, target 1 will shoot first. The range is clear. Athletes are ready. Begin the match.
Well, here we go. Deepika Kumari, the Indian number 3 seed, goes up against Lei Qianying, the athlete from Chinese Taipei, who's seeded 7th for this tournament. Deepika Kumari will shoot first. On hold.
It didn't bother her. So Deepika is very experienced in shooting these finals. I think she's had 3 or 4 silver medal results.
She won in Shanghai, but Lei's shot 10 as well here, so level pegging. Oh, very good. The grouping there, the 2 arrows very close together, means her process is working here.
Yeah.
So a chance for a perfect 30 here for the Indian. Another long hold.
It doesn't look very steady, but she shoots an amazing group. So,
Well, that's the best start we've had to a quarter-final so far. And there's nothing that Lee can do here apart from prepare for the next set. She's gone 2 points down here at the start, but Kumari looking very strong indeed. And interestingly, Chef, no coach.
no coach, exactly. I don't know why. I'm guessing that there was no time, no budget, or yeah, I don't know why there's no coach, but I'm guessing she has enough experience to know what's going on.
Well, there we go, the 310s being shown to you on a replay. Clearly, not having a coach here is that she's prepared, the coach has got her ready and said, off you go. I know it's the finals, but for whatever reason, I can't be here. It's interesting though, Chef, let's just wait for the athletes to come out for the second set and then I'll ask my question.
Okay, Topeka, you are leading by 2 points to 0. You will shoot first, you will shoot second. Are you ready? Okay. Target 2 is going to shoot first. Range is clear. Begin the match.
Yeah, well, there are other Indian athletes here.
I'm not sure if they're still here though, because they have shot yesterday, and I know that most of the compound archers have gone back home already.
Jumped on a plane this morning, so that is why.
Really neat looking shot there. She's really holding this long. And there's no one to count down for her.
Good point. Call from the coach way before the arrow hit the target there. Saying good shot. He was right.
You can see that her point is almost at the clicker. She just keeps it there super steadily.
Well, that has put this one out of reach, so Lee is going to strike straight back. Topeka Kumari started so well, can only get 27 here.
That was one of her quicker shots. What I suspect, I would think at this moment, if I didn't have a coach, is it's just awkward to stand there on your own and not have anyone to talk to. You're just standing there and yeah.
Yeah, well, there is Lee with the coach, and as you said, there's communication going on there.
Yeah.
They're having a chat, and she's not all alone in between the sets. And by contrast, Kumari is all on her own, just staring down the range.
Yeah, she's a bit zoned out as it seems. I think she's very focused at the middle.
So here are her arrows.
Yeah.
And the three at the beginning or in the middle were the three in the first set, and then a wide grouping for the second three.
Yeah, it's not terrible, but if you don't shoot any 10s, you get a lower score than your opponent normally.
Yeah, but contrasting there, I wonder what changed between the two sets.
Athletes are ready. Let's shoot.
It's all level here in quarterfinal 3. Topeka Kumari stands alone on the range. Two contrasting sets.
So let's see if she can find a rhythm. You can see that the longer the shots take, the more movement she gets in her arm. And you can potentially still hit the middle, but the less movement is better in this case, I think. That was quicker.
And better. So an opportunity for Kumari to put some pressure on Lee.
waiting.
Long hold though, isn't it? But a 9. Now, they could get level with a 9, but she could take this set with a 10. On the 8-9 ring, so gets a 9 and draws level on 27 points apiece. So they'll share the 2 set points between them. The arrows being returned from the previous set. Kamari just looking down and glancing at them. And here we get a full match comparison between all of the arrows, Chef.
Yeah, you can see that the width of the group of Deepika is a bit wider than the one of Lei Chen-Yun, but for the rest, it's there's not much difference.
So what's changed here? Because those first 3 arrows from Deepika Kumari were so good, it kind of set a tone that she was going to go on and win this one. But
yeah, it's difficult to say from the outside, and I suppose you'll find out if you could look into her mind at this moment. But interestingly, when she just got her arrows back, she got 6 arrows back, and normally you only get 3 arrows back from the previous end that you can use again. But maybe she didn't collect the previous ones, and now they just gave her all 6 for it.
Well, perhaps there's no coach there to collect.
Yeah, that might be. She was a bit staring off in the abyss. I don't know what.
Long hold again.
It seems like she's not getting the rhythm that she wants.
It's a great shot from Lei. She's zoning in. Good response from the Indian athlete.
Yeah, that was not where she wanted to aim that one. I think she was still in the process of anchoring, and then the clicker went and she just let it go.
Oh, nice stuff from Kumari. She settled back into this. They need a 10 to draw level. Anything less, and it'll be 2 set points for the Indian athlete. It's a 9, so Deepika Kumari takes the 2 set points and is 1 away from taking the strange quarterfinal, Chef.
Yeah, it's not that much lower in level than the other one. I think it isn't actually lower in level score-wise. It's just a bit more inconsistent, I would say.
Yeah, up and down. And well, Kumari started so well, then her grouping went wide, but here she managed to get 2 10s in the set, and that is a good recovery. 6 set points, remember, is what's required to win a recurve match.
So all Lei Chen-Ying can do now is win this set. In the case of a draw, she'll lose the match, which I'm sure will bring a little bit of extra pressure.
Points, you have 3 points. You will shoot first. You will shoot second. Okay. Target 2. He's shooting first. The range is clear. Shoot.
So the athlete from Chinese Taipei will shoot first. She gets to put a marker down and put the pressure on the Indian athlete, but Deepika Kumari has the advantage.
The difficult thing in archery is when you're trailing and you're shooting well and trying to get back into the match. It's difficult to not get upset if your opponent is matching every arrow you shoot. So let's say you're 3 to 5 set points behind and you're shooting 10s and your opponent is just shooting 10s as well. It feels like you're out of reach.
Well, she didn't just match it, Kumari. She beat it, but that's a 9 from Lei. Nice long hold. That seems to have worked for Kumari. Staring down and blinking frantically there. So that's what it is. That's She's just waiting to settle herself. That's probably the longest hold, but the best shot, we'd have to say.
She had 1 second left, and I wonder if she knew that or if she just went for it.
That's a much quicker release by contrast, but a 7 is all that's required from Deepika Kumari. Can she maintain that focus? A quicker release. Oh, it is a 7. A little bit of a strange look on her face. I wouldn't even say that's a wry smile. That was I think a little bit of disappointment with how fast she released that. Not consistent with what she'd done throughout the whole of that match, but it's India's Deepika Kumari who makes it through an up and down match.
It almost looks like she doesn't know she's won this match yet.
Well, it sounds like they're potentially going to go to a measure, and I think they are on Lay's first arrow of it, an 8. It didn't get marked up, so it remains an 8, so a little bit of tension there, that's why.
Yeah, that explains something.
Congratulations for Deepika Kumari moving into the semi-final.
Yeah, they just put up the measure. I think it was probably a challenge from Chinese Taipei just to go and check that one arrow. But despite the challenge, first arrow from Lei in the 5th set was an 8, and ultimately it wasn't enough to take it away from Deepika Kumari. She goes through to the semi-finals as we look back across. Well, Chef, a great start from Kumari, and then it kind of just, I don't want to say fell apart, but it just wasn't as good as the very first
The group
set.
opened up a bit, and I don't think she shot badly. It's just that she didn't shoot as brilliantly as in the first set.
Well, there you go. She did enough to get across the line, and Deepika Kumari goes into the semi-finals here in Samsun. Well, gracious hug there from her opponent, Lei Qin-ying from Chinese Taipei, has done her stint in Samsun. Deepika Kumari moves on to the semi-finals, and now it's time to find out who she will face in that semi-final as we already move on to our 4th quarter-final. And, well, it's a pretty good lineup, Chef.
Yeah, we'll have the #1 ranked archer against the host country archer. So Chang Hye-jin against Jasmine Anagoj.
Yeah, and that's how the lineup looks right now. As we glance across to the waiting area, it's time to welcome the athletes for the last quarter-final here in Samsun.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the athletes to the field for the Recurve Women's Quarterfinal match number 4.
Bayanlar baylar, klasik yay bayanlar çeyrek finalin 4. maçında yarışacak sporcuları sahaya davet ediyoruz.
On target number 1, the reigning Olympic champion of Rio 2016, representing the Republic of Korea.
1 numaralı hedef, son olimpiyat şampiyonu Kore'den
Chang Hye-jin. And her competitor, the reigning European champion, on target 2, representing Turkey.
Rakibi 2 numaralı hedef, son Avrupa şampiyonu Türkiye'den
Jasmine Anagoj. Shooting first.
Okay, are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? You will shoot first. Are you ready? You will shoot second. Okay. Okay, the athletes are ready. Whoa. Athletes are ready. Target 1 will shoot first. Range is clear. Shoot.
Well, here we go. The line judge just holding Chang Hye-jin off the line. She's on target 1, the Korean #1 seed, Anagoj, the 8th seed host nation pick, is on target to shoot second. Well, Chang was keen to get on with this, and it's a very, very good start. Not a bad start from the home crowd favourite. She doesn't mix around, does she? Doesn't muck about.
It's a really interesting matchup, this, because yeah, well, the home crowd favorite is shooting against the world #1 and the #1 ranked archer at this tournament.
And the reigning Olympic champion and Mete Gajos there in the crowd, looking to support his teammate. He'll be up a little bit later on today. Well, this is pretty good shooting from the #1 seed, arguably the strong favourite for the title here. A 10 required from Anagosh to share the set.
Longer hold than normal.
It's a 9. Not bad from Anagosh, the European champion, recently crowned in fact in Legnica in Poland. But Chang Hye-jin is here for business.
She is indeed, and I think it's partly because she's won a lot of things, but last year in this tournament she got a bronze medal, and I think she would like a gold medal.
Well, she looks like she's here for business. Well, the female Korean coach there. I don't see many of those ladies coaching on the range at the moment.
Not necessarily, no, but I think it's also yeah, you don't always have money or resources for a lot of coaches, and I think in Korea they have plenty funds for enough coaches.
Target 2 will shoot first. The range is clear. Shoot.
Well, the female coach for the Korean is clearly doing a job, as we saw those 2 10s in the first set. Can Chang keep up the momentum? Anagosh trailing will shoot first in the second set.
Yeah, that's not going to put any pressure on Chang. I doubt if Chang feels any pressure in the first place, but definitely not after this arrow.
So she's put one out to the left.
Maybe I jinxed it. I tend to do that. I have to say, I like how Anagosh is shooting it compared to how she was shooting in Legnica, technically. It's a bit of a difference in the tension in her body.
The grouping good, just a bit to the left.
Yeah, we've seen that earlier today with Perova, but not this is not quite as extreme.
Well, a great reaction from Anagosh. She saw an opportunity here, and she's put this second set out of range for the #1 seed. Well, great stuff from Anagosh there. Saw an opportunity to put it out of reach and delivered as well. Chang has been pegged back. It's 2 set points all.
It's worrying me a bit that Chang is not smiling at this particular moment. Normally she's always smiling.
Yeah, well, here is why. The comparison of all the arrows so far.
Yeah, it's a good group by Chang, just a little bit to the left, and Anagosh has a good group as well, but it has a little bit of a tail to the 8 ring on the bottom right.
This was the opportunity being taken by Anagosh there. Good support from her coach there.
Yeah, no doubt.
Anagosh, you will shoot second. Okay?
So with everything level, we go
ready?
back to Chang shooting first.
Target 1 will shoot first. The range is now clear. First shoot.
So a good start from Chang. She has a lot of movements in the process that she gets to on her full draw.
It's something as of recently mostly. She used to be very fluid, and now she has a couple of steps that she goes through. Yeah,
very methodical. It's exactly the same every single time.
She's still a bit to the left, and I'm sure she knows that. But
gosh, looking a slightly different process she goes through, leaning forwards a little bit.
Yeah, just getting her weight on the toes, basically. Here you see the step process. And she gets this set by shooting another 10. Yeah, it's very very interesting to see that Chang went from just pulling her bow back and shooting it to having a couple steps in her draw.
Yeah, very interesting. And 2 10s for Chang is enough to take the set. Solid shooting from Yasmin Anagosh. Not bad at all. Chang is just that little bit better. The coach there just very calm, giving some instruction.
Yeah.
And she must be doing a good job as we look back at the end of that set. Beautiful draw, very composed, and bang, straight into the center.
Yeah, so even though the draw is a bit longer and it takes a bit longer, she doesn't waste a lot of time standing still and aiming. She anchors, and then as soon as she's ready to shoot, she just makes it happen.
Okay,
so
you have 4 points.
it's not
You
like
have 2 points.
Deepika Kumari
first.
in the last
You will shoot
competition
second.
where she holds
Are you
it
ready?
for ages and then shoots. Chang just anchors and shoots.
Target 2 is going to shoot first. The range is clear. Shoot.
Each athlete has their own process. Chang's is particularly interesting, but it's particularly effective with all the titles she has to her name. She's leading here by 4 set points to 2. So Anagosh will shoot first.
And Anagosh isn't doing half bad either. She's really laying it down.
Well, just getting better from the Korean. She's done enough to subdue the home crowd here. They've been very quiet. And there's a bit of noise. Like Chef says, you go through all those processes to get to release. She's landed another 10 here. I fancy that Anagosh really has to get a 10 here to put any pressure at all on Chang. She does get a 10, but with the way Chang's shooting, you expect a 10 now. Oh, she's dropped it into the 8. Rice smile there. It's handed it over to Anagosh, who draws level again when it all looked like it was going to go to Chang. And the pressure that can be laid down if you shoot first really can make a difference.
Interesting.
There's the 10 from Anagosh, and there's the response from Chang.
And they're tied in set points, but they're also tied in raw score at the moment. So sometimes it's not even an advantage to have a set system. But yeah, now it's interesting to see what they'll do in the last set.
Well, a lot of communication from Chang's coach there. And now the crowd come back to life because Yasmin Anagosh, well, she has got the European title to her name, but she would not necessarily have been fancied to beat Chang coming into this. She could knock out the #1 seed.
Range is clear. Shoot.
All level. So Chang will shoot first. Signs of being rattled. Chang. Anagosh with nothing to lose here gets a 10.
She's in quite a comfortable position because she's shooting against pretty much the best archer in the world at this moment in the Recurve women's division. And yeah, well, she can only win this basically. If she loses, it's yeah, she's lost against the #1 in the world. Like, who doesn't do that sometimes? And if she wins, she won against the #1 in the world. So.
Well, the 9 keeps her 1 point ahead here. And, well, is it an advantage for her to shoot second? She knows what Chang has scored. Let's see what she can get in the set in total. It's a 9, so there is a window here. A 9 is enough to take Anagosh through, and a subdued crowd will go wild if that happens.
A little bit more vibration, which is logical, of course. Ooh.
A 10! She's done it on home soil. Yasmin Anagosh has beaten the world #1, the reigning Olympic champion, the #1 seed for the competition in the quarterfinals on home soil. And what a performance from the Turkish athlete.
Yeah, amazing. This is quite the upset. Anagosh came in as the 8th seed by being the host nation archer, but she really did it. She really beat the #1 in the world.
Yeah, and it wasn't just the fact that she's beaten the #1 in the world, it's the fact that she trailed twice in the match and fought back, kept her composure. And really, really brilliant performance from her that's going to give her absolutely tons of confidence moving forward.
Yeah, it should give her a lot of confidence, yeah.
Well, 4 very interesting quarterfinals complete. Anagosh really has, well, she's picked it for me as we look back. A couple of telltale signs from Chang towards the end of the match, shooting so well. But Anagosh just held in there. The mental reserve from this young Turkish European champion is quite phenomenal.
Beginning, you will shoot first, you will shoot second.
Brilliant stuff
ready?
there from Anagosh. And there is the reaction from both of the athletes. A little smile from Chang at the end, but clearly not happy.
Crispin here, he sets his front shoulder forwards, so he's got a big movement in balance with the front. This movement is difficult to learn, so it takes a lot of practice.
Well, the rain has held off here. It was pouring down earlier on, Chef, but clearly they haven't been able to clear the water off. That's the back of the where the athletes stand before shooting. And well, they have to clear it off because it's getting, I think, dangerously slippy.
Yeah, it's going to get slippery, but also it's obviously not comfortable for the archers if they have to stand in a deep puddle of water.
Which continues to push forwards, and then you have a strong execution.
Well, it's been sunny here the last couple of days. The rain came down earlier on. It's trying to come out right now, but we are moving straight on to the semi-finals here after 4 back-to-back quarterfinals. We're going to start with Lee Yoon-gyung from Korea up against Lisa Unruh of Germany. And as we look across the Black Sea there, here is a reminder of what's happened so far. Anagosh really with the big surprise at the top of the order, taking out the #1 seed and reigning Olympic champion. She will go up against Deepika Kumari. That's going to be an interesting one. But first up, it's Lisa Unruh, who took out Tanya Ting, up against Lee Yoon-gyung. Well, the highest seed left in the tournament from Korea, who took out Ksenia Perova. So it's time for the first semi-final. There they are. Let's welcome them back to the range here in Samsun.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the athletes to the field for the first Recurve Women's semi-final match.
Bayanlar baylar, klasik yay bayanlar yarı filenin ilk maçında yarışacak sporcuları sahaya davet ediyoruz.
On target number 1, the Olympic silver medalist from Rio 2016 representing Germany.
Bir numaralı hedef 2016 ikincisi Almanya'dan
Lisa Unruh. On target number 2, number 4 in the world and representing the Republic of Korea.
rakibi 2 numaralı hedef dünya dördüncüsü Kore'den
Lee Young-gun.
Hey Lee, you're going to shoot first. Unruh, you're going to shoot second. Are you ready? Are you ready? Okay, Lee on target 2 is going to shoot first. The athletes are ready. Begin the match.
Well, there you go. The line judge has said it for us all. The Korean athlete Lee, who's the second seed, just 21 years old, will shoot first. She qualified for this tournament by winning the stage in Berlin, Germany.
Against Lisa Unruh as well. So this is a repeat of that specific match, and I'm sure that Lisa will want to take her revenge.
Quite right. She qualified by ranking, and that's a super start from both of the athletes.
It's always nice to break in a target like that. A fresh new target and then having an arrow just in the end.
Well, phenomenal grouping there. As the Koreans look on.
She expected that to go to the right, but still hit pretty centered, just a little bit high.
10 puts it out of reach though. It is a 10, and it's a perfect start from Lee, the 21-year-old. Well, showing a little bit more emotion than she did in the quarterfinals.
Yeah, in the quarterfinals she just shot 9 really quick arrows and then went off the stage again, so we didn't see much from her.
I did get a chance to see the emotion, I suppose. Lisa Unruh, though, stoic as well. We did see a little bit of emotion from her as well. She got the last arrow out pretty quickly as well.
Yeah. It's a good opportunity to just fire a strong shot and see what happens, but this...
Yeah, well, here are the 3 10s from the Korean. A brilliant start, a perfect 30 out of 30 for her, and 2 set points. There's still some instruction coming from the coach.
I suppose you can always improve, even if you shoot a perfect score.
Not by much. That was pretty good arrows there, all 3 of them.
First, you will shoot second. Okay, are we ready? Okay, target 1 is going to shoot first. The range is clear. Shoot.
Well, the Koreans taken the first 2 points here, so Lisa Unruh of Germany, qualified by ranking for this tournament, will shoot first.
Another good 9, but Lee shoots 10s like that. You might want to shoot some 10s as well. I'm sure she's trying though.
Well, after 3 brilliant 10s, 8 looks like a mistake from the Korean.
It's not far off the 10. I'm sure she'll find it soon. Lee hasn't shot a 9 yet this match.
Kim Woo-jin looking on.
It's the most subtle eye movement I've ever seen.
On the line, perhaps 9-10. That may well go to a measure. Well, the asterisk does say that we are going to go to a measure for the first time today. And another 8. Well, we don't need the measure really because 27 is enough points.
Lisa looked a bit annoyed after she got off the line. I think she really wants to shoot some better arrows.
Well, we do at least get a chance here to look at how a measure happens. That was our line judge from the compound session yesterday.
Okay.
Well, it does get marked up to a 10 for Unruh. She will be happy about that, of course, but she already had the 2 set points and she's drawn back level.
Yeah. So again, they're all tied up, and they're all tied up in cumulative score as well. So.
And that was the arrow from Unruh that was in question, but marked up to the 10.
The range is clear. Shoot.
So again, another up and down match. This time it's from Lee, performing so well. And I know 26 out of 30 at 70 metres is a very good score, but having scored 30, it looked like it was a bit of an error.
Yeah, and a 26 is on the low end for this competition, I would say. So. And she shoots her first 9 of the match.
Matched by Unruh.
Gave it a couple clicks on her side because her group is still a bit high.
Excellent.
Lee has found her way back to the centre. Matched again by the German.
왼팔 힘 풀고 당겨서 천천히 딱 보고.
Getting some instructions from our coach, maybe reminders. I'm not sure, I don't speak Korean, but it's always interesting to know, would be interesting to know what they're saying to the athlete at a moment like that.
Well, another 10 from Unruh, though, is enough for her to take the lead. So she trailed by 2 at the beginning, fought back to draw level, and now it's Lisa Unruh who's in the lead. She only needs 2 more points to go through. And Chef, she's writing down in a little notebook. We've noticed that throughout the tournament. What is she doing?
I have no idea. I think it might be her diary. I don't know.
Dear diary, I'm 4-2 up.
Yeah.
Here are the 2 10s. I think she's possibly writing down little notes to herself. I think she may be writing down notes about her technique.
Yeah, it might be that she's, since it's so fresh in her memory, she can write down what she feels in this moment instead of having to think about it after the match.
Target 2 is shooting
and
first.
She can learn from
the
it at a later stage.
Well, of course, now with so much of the competitions around the globe being shown and available on video, if she knows that it was a good executed shot, she can look back at what she did.
Yeah, you could do that.
Well, Lee Yoon-kyung of Korea is number 2 seed here, trailing by 2 points, shooting first in the 4th set, and what a start for her, much needed.
Bit of a slower release than we've seen today.
방향만 잡자, 방향만.
Little bit of a telltale sign on her face there that she wasn't happy with that one.
Yeah, I wonder what she's going to write down about that one.
Well, that's put it out of reach, and this really is an intriguing match. Just going through the process, gets a 9. She was out of reach, as I said, but Unruh unable to catch up with Lee there. Lee took the first 2 set points. Unruh fought back with 2 sets in a row, but Lee has fought back in the 4th to draw level. So Unruh shooting an 8 there. You can see on her face not happy with it. That's why. And then the 10 that followed it up from Lee put the whole set out of reach. It's been an intriguing one, Chef.
Yeah, but they seem like it's just another day in the office. They don't really seem too faced about it.
Are we ready for the 5th set? Target 1 is shooting first. The athletes are ready. Range is clear. Shoot.
Well, here we go. This intriguing battle goes into a 5th set. And the only thing that hasn't happened here is the share of the points. And of course, if that happens in the 5th set, we will go to a shoot-off.
We will be treated with a shoot-off.
Yeah.
Especially if they can share a set like this, would be nice. Get some good tens.
Well, a 9 leaves a little gap for Lee to exploit. Steady as a rock there. Another 10, pressure on the German. You could never tell though.
Bit of a long hold.
So now Lee can put this one out of reach. Anything more than an 8 and she's won the first semi-final. Well, it's a 9. Unruh can only get 28 points. So the set and the match has already gone to Lee. A 9 there for the German. 27 out of 30, not bad, but Lee shooting 29 in the final set. Held her nerve right the way through to the end. She will go on to compete for the gold medal here in Samsun. Of course, Lisa Unruh will go off to dust herself off and get ready for the bronze medal match. But there is confirmation. Lee Yun-gyung of Korea is through to the final here in Samsun. Well, a really interesting match there. Lee taking an early lead, Unruh fighting immediately back, and then Lee just saying, right, enough's enough, you've had your fun, and goes and takes the win. As we look on at the Korean team, in the crowd there supporting their teammate, and we look back across the match. An intriguing battle. Both athletes reluctant to give us too much emotion on the line, perhaps showed a little bit more than they normally would. Both shot incredibly well, but just the odd stray arrow from the German left the door open for Lee, and she's through to the final here in Samsun. And there you go, a smile on her face. Lee's through, and the question is, who will she face? And we've got another intriguing battle coming up here in Samsun, the port town on the Black Sea. Here's how we've got to the stage we're at now. We've had the first semi-final, Lee coming through that, and Unruh goes into the bronze medal match. But now we're going to see Deepika Kumari of India, without her coach, going up against, well, the crowd favourite, Yasmin Anagosh of Turkey.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the athletes to the field for the second Recurve Women's semi-final match.
Bayanlar, baylar, klasik yay bayanlar yarı finalin ikinci maçında yarışacak sporcuları sahaya davet ediyoruz.
On target 1, 3-time World Cup finalist, Representing India.
1 numaralı hedef. 3 kez Dünya Kupası finalisti. Hindistan'dan
Deepika Kumari. And her competitor, the reigning European champion on target 2, representing Turkey.
rakibi 2 numaralı hedef. Son Avrupa şampiyonu Türkiye'den
Yasemin Anagos.
Go. Okay, athletes, are we ready? Kamari, you will shoot first. Anagos, you will shoot second. Are you ready? Hey, athletes are ready. Target 1 is going to shoot first. Start the match. Range is clear.
Well, here we go. Deepika Kumari on target 1 from India will shoot first. Esmin Anagosh of Turkey on target 2 will shoot second. The second Recurve Women's Semi-Final here in Samsun.
It was a much better rhythm than their previous match. So, maybe she's gone to the training field and practiced some before she got back here.
Yes.
Well, she certainly had time, but it's not very far, is it?
It isn't, it's walking distance.
2 nines, nerves settled, I'm sure now already.
Ona çok yakın. Hazır olduğunda sağ
Getting that
tarafa.
side a couple clicks.
Güzel atıştı. Aferin.
Both matching each other. You're talking about giving the sight a couple of clicks, just to adjust where her aim is on her own sight.
Yeah, yeah. So you can see that side pin really distinctively now. You can see that there's a knob on top of that bar and a knob on the side of the bar. If you twist those, you adjust where your side pin is.
Well, she had a very, very long hold on that one.
Yeah. And Yasemin just waited until she only had 12 seconds left and then pulled her bow.
Güzel.
Well, a 10 right at the end of the first set pushes Anagosh into a 2-set point lead after the first set, and the crowd were very, very quiet throughout that, went wild at the end.
Su bende.
And,
Sakladım, vermeyeceğim.
we're going to see why as we look back at that final arrow from Anagosh. Bang into the 10, and the crowd went wild. And look at the smile on her face. She's shooting with an element of relaxation.
Yeah, yeah, she's just, I think she's just having fun at the moment, and well, that's one of the best tactics, I think, to shoot a good competition. Just enjoy it.
Well, enjoying it and getting some advice from her coach as well there. Keeping her calm,
athletes.
of course.
You have 2 set points, you have 0 set points.
Kumari
You will
has
shoot
no
first,
coach
you will
at
shoot
all
second.
here.
Are you ready?
No coach.
Okay,
The
target
crowd
1 is going to
against
shoot
her.
first.
I mean,
The range is
not
clear.
against her, but supporting
Shoot.
her opponent.
Yeah.
And she's trailing after the first set, so she will shoot first. Kumari on your left from India, with work to do here in the second semi-final.
Big correction, but it's pretty much centered. So, and even though it's an amazing shot, the crowd almost doesn't clap. So they're definitely in favor of the Turkish.
Güzel, güzel atışıydı.
And a good response from Anagosh and Chef. We were worried about the rain, but all of a sudden the wind picked up here.
Yeah, it did.
Another 10 from Kumari, and she's clearly happy with that one.
Yeah, well, she should be.
Çizgi iyi.
So,
That's all.
door
Çok
open.
güzel atış, aferin.
A 10 puts this out of reach.
It it wouldn't be the first 30 she shot today.
Holding on for a long time again. See her moving around under 5 seconds. She's going to have to let this one go. Wow, 1 second left and goes into an 8. So from potentially putting this one out of reach, a 9 will put Anagosh level
Acele etme.
on points,
Devam kızım, iyisin.
maintaining a 2 set point advantage.
2.
A 9 it is. And Kamari had an opportunity there to draw back. And she then scored an 8. How is she going to recover from that, Chef?
Yeah, she seems a bit disappointed and she doesn't have anyone to talk to right now.
Well, here we see the 2 10s right at the beginning of the set. And then this one, strange.
Well, it depends if you call it strange or not. She held that arrow for probably 15 seconds, so yeah, there is a point in your shooting where you have to consider shooting the arrow instead of holding it and trying to make it better, because you are gonna exhaust yourself and your muscles, so it's gonna cause a tremor and probably have a bad effect on your score.
Well, potentially having the score written off as well, because she only had 1 second left on the clock.
Okay, Kamari, you have 1 point. Anagosh,
Yeah,
you have 3.
and
Kamari,
I
you're
wonder
first.
if
Anagosh,
she
you're
noticed that,
second.
or
Ready?
if she didn't know that, because she doesn't have a coach. She's lonely on the field over here.
Shoot.
Interesting dynamic out there. Step up to the line again. Kamari, still trailing by 2 set points, will shoot first in the 3rd set.
It's a good 10, even though the stadium announcer doesn't seem very excited about it.
Good response as well. Another big movement afterwards there from Kamari, but it's another 10.
It's always to the right, it seems. It's always towards her opponent.
Güzel.
Well, that one's drifted out into the 8.
So this is Deepika's chance to level this match and get back into it.
That is subject to a measure, that second arrow from Anagosh. And a 9, well,
Nearly gets
now...
it. Nearly gets the perfect score.
Yeah, nearly indeed, but now it's potentially we're going to go to a measure here to decide it. 10's required though from Anagosh. She gets another 9, so the maximum she can be marked up to is 28. So Kamari has drawn level on set points. Will they measure this one anyway?
They will measure it anyways, because it's important for the arrow average of the tournament,
10,
and it's important
10,
for statistics.
9,
but
29
it doesn't
points.
matter for this particular set.
Target 2, 10, 9, 8.
Yeah, so you can see by the naked eye that it was an 8 and not a 9.
Well, naked eye or not, the target judge also said 10, 9 and 8. So confirmed as an 8, and Deepika Kumari has fought back. Ready to step up to the line. Well, Kumari will shoot first again.
First, he will shoot second. Target 1 is shooting first. Range is clear. Shoot.
Our judges said that Kumari will shoot first, but this time it's because she shot first in the first set, not because she's trailing. She's managed to draw level with crowd favourite Yasmin Anagosh.
It was a nice quick shot, but she pushed her bow to the right and it hit to the right, so it might have not corresponded with her feel.
Dinamik gelsin, karşıya çalışıyoruz. İyi atıştı.
Well, there's the crowd again. 10. Yasmin Anagosh.
Yeah, Yasmin just wants to shoot 2 good shots and not try to make them too perfect, because that increases the chance of a mistake. So just a simple good shot. Seems like it's touching, but it's for the judge to be decided.
Subject to a measure, that one. It could play a part in the points in this set. 26 there. Well, a 9 on this arrow will mean it's definitely out of reach. Even if that remains at 8, that second arrow. Now it becomes important, the measure.
Yeah, so that's going to be a decider for this set. Even though Deepika is the only girl.
Okay, target 1, 9, 9, 8, 26 points.
Getting the magnifiers out.
Well, this is the one that matters.
Target 2, 10, 9, 8.
Well, there you go. You heard him calling out the arrows. We'll wait for confirmation on our scoreboard. That has been marked up to a 9. And Yasmin Anagosh gets the point she needs to take both of the set points in set 4. And rather than sharing them with Kumari, she is now on the brink of going through to the final. She needs 1 more point. It'll give her bags of confidence, and by contrast, Kumari will stand on the line knowing that this one is potentially slipping away from her.
Shoot.
Kumari will shoot first, and crikey, if you ever needed a coach, now would be the time.
Yeah, in case she needs one. She's done quite well without it so far.
Well, 9, not a bad first arrow. She knows all she has to do is match what Kumari shoots. Well, she goes 1 better than that. Long hold again.
Yeah, the wind has picked up.
And that's gone way out into the 7. Big opportunity now for Anagosh.
Dirsekle bitsin, yay düz çıksın elinden. Güzel atış, aferin. Aferin.
A 9, well, she needs to get a 10 here. Fast shot there, and it gets a 9, so 25. That means that 6 is enough for Anagosh. She's taking a couple of big, deep breaths on the line.
You'd almost say she could do this with her eyes closed, but she keeps them open anyways.
Oh, 6 was required, but she finishes with a strong 9 and a big smile on her face, and you can't blame her. Yes, she's got the crowd behind her, but wow, she's shooting so well. She's in to the final here in her home country. Deepika Kumari will have to dust herself off and come back for the bronze medal match, but there is the woman of the hour, Yasmin Anagosh, supported by her loving audience. Oh, look at her, giving the crowd a wave, thanking them for their support. She did a great job out there, handled the pressure, and she shot so well here. Here are the Turkish archers' arrows.
Yeah, so the main part of the group is on the left side, so you can see that the wind picked up a little and it probably did something to her group. And she has two arrows on the right side that probably didn't really match up with the rest of her shooting.
And we take a look back across that beautiful shooting from both the archers, to be fair. Kumari had to handle some mental anguish with a measure that didn't go her way, and she shot really well, especially given as she had no coach. But it was Yasemin Anagosh who pulled herself through that. As we look at some of the final action, and the smile on her face was amazing. A little wry smile from Deepika Kumari, and there's the joyous moment of the win for Anagosh. Well, there's no time for Deepika Kumari to recover from that, because the bronze medal match is coming up right now. You've got to say, Lisa Unruh, with her calm and stoic sort of approach,
who will claim the top
means that she
spot
may
in the
well
last
be favourite
competition
for
of the
this.
season, who will
and here's how they got here. Unruh losing to Lee in the semi-final, and Kumari we just saw going out to Anagosh. And like I say, Kumari, no time to hang around. She's going to be straight back out onto the field of play. Let's welcome Unruh and Kumari out onto the range here in Samsun for the bronze medal match.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the athletes to the field for the Recurve Women's third place match.
Bayanlar baylar, klasik yay bayanlar 3. maçında yarışacak sporcuları sahaya davet ediyoruz.
On target, number 1, 2 times field world champion, indoor world champion, representing Germany.
1 numaralı hedef. Son olimpiyat ikincisi Almanya'dan
Lisa Unruh. On target number 2, 3 times World Cup finalist, second place, and representing India.
Rakibi 2 numaralı hedef. 3 kez Dünya Kupası finalisti Hindistan'dan
Deepika Kumari.
Okay, are we ready? You're going to be shooting first. Kumari, Unruh shooting second. Both ready? Target 2 shooting first. Range is clear. Begin the match.
Well, here we go. Kumari had no time at all to recover from losing in the semi-final. She's on target 2 and will shoot first, and she's up against Lisa Unruh of Germany for the bronze medal.
There's 2 ways to look at this, though. Lisa had some time to think about the match that she just shot and that she didn't quite manage to win. And Kumari is just going from one to the next one and didn't have time to dwell. So, yeah.
That's a very good point. She starts off with a 9. Showing no emotion, but hold it to the left and low.
She seemed surprised by it. She didn't expect it to land in the 7.
It's got gusty here, hasn't it, Chef?
It has. It has picked up a little, yeah. There was a little bit more doubt in that shot because, well, she was probably curious where that was going to land and putting extra pressure on herself to make a good shot so she would be able to do something with that information.
Well, Kumari's put the first set out of reach with that 9. Scratch ahead a little bit, just progressively getting better. 3 arrows quite low. Kumari, interestingly, is on target 2. She was on target 1 in the semi-final. And here we look at the comparison of the first set arrows. Kumari in red, Unruh in yellow.
Yeah, so besides the 7 that Lisa shot, the other 2 are pretty close to each other, so she can definitely work with that. And Deepika just has a solid 28, and there's nothing bad to say about that.
Yeah, so she's on target 2, Kumari, and she was on target 1, well, just a few minutes ago in the semi-final that she lost. Does it make a difference?
I don't think so. I don't think in this venue there's no real difference between target 1 and 2.
Okay, Kumari, you have 2 set points.
Will shoot first.
You will shoot first. Kumari, you will shoot second. Target 1, shooting first. The range is clear. Shoot.
Well, takes all sorts of things to bring you luck.
Maybe that's her coach.
Auf geht's.
Another one drifted off to the left after she just shot 2 right low 9s. So up here we can really feel the wind picking up and maybe like letting off again, but I think it's more difficult on the field, and it seems like it really does something to the arrows. As Deepika shoots a 4, it seems like something went terribly wrong with that arrow.
It's very, very strange indeed, and it's getting better again from Unruh, and now that's out of reach, so 23 is all that Deepika Kumari can shoot. You've always said this to me, Chef, that it's not the wind by itself that causes the problem, it's the fluctuation in the breeze. If it's steady, and we look at potentially it was the wind that caused this issue here.
I don't think that was the wind. I think that was just a little bit of an oops. It seemed like the clicker went and she wasn't quite ready for the shot to go off, and then she released forward, so her right hand, the fingers opened a bit too late and too weak actually, and then you take all of the energy out of the arrow and then it hits not the middle.
Well, there you go, a full description there, having used the technical term of oops to describe what happened there. So a personal error, unforced error as they call it, from Kumari. But going back to the wind, it's breezy. It's not a consistent breeze. It's up and down. And as you were referring to, it's different on the range, and perhaps different at the full height of the arrow as it's travelling down.
The tribunes only go so far, and then the wind can come in on the field from the side. So maybe it does something to the arrows just before they hit the target, and that might be one of the reasons that Lisa is shooting 8s that she cannot really explain herself.
Well, Kumari has settled from that 4 to get a 10 to get things off the mark, but Unruh replies. Shared points in the first 2 sets.
You have to be mentally strong to come back from an end with a 4 in it and shoot 2 10s right after that.
That's on the 9-10 line by the looks of things. It's marked as a 9. Well, just the asterisk for the measure. And perfect 30 for Kumari. So if Lisa Unruh shoots a 10 here, the measure becomes very important.
10.
Well, drifted into the 8 there, so even if that 9 gets marked up to a 10, Deepika Kumari's 30 will not be beaten, and she's taken the 3rd set.
So a woman in the crowd was just making photos with a flash on her camera, which is not allowed in archery, or you're asked not to do that. So if you ever come to a tournament like this and you want to take photos, please turn off your flash, because it might disturb the archers, and yeah, you don't want to be influencing them in their competition.
Well, here's the full arrows from Lisa Unruh.
Yeah, it seems like she's struggling to really find her sight settings and to find her shot, really. So yeah, her group is bigger than I would normally expect from her.
Yeah, interesting stuff about the flash photography, but especially with these puddles all
Range is
around
clear.
as well. It's going to bounce back off a flash.
It could potentially do that, but there's really flat light, so I also think that the flash won't do too much to the archers, but just keep in mind to not do that.
Well, we've just got confirmation that the score was marked up for Unruh in the last set, but as I said, it wasn't enough. And so she's trailing in set 4 in the bronze medal match here in Samsun.
You can see the cords of her arm protector move, and there's definitely some wind out there, but it seems to be less easy to feel for the archers than to see for the crowd, because there's wind everywhere on the field right now. Another one of those long holds. Yeah, I don't know how she does it. There's not, like, she doesn't do it every time, so it's not a consistent long hold that she has, because some shots are a lot quicker again, so it's almost as if she pulls back her bow and just waits until the clicker goes, instead of makes it going.
Well, each to their own, as we always say. On hold for the Indian.
Yeah, that was not a good shot, but it might... No, I think it's an 8. Not the best shot, but still nearly hit the 10 ring.
Well, a 10's required for Kumari here. Unruh's going to take the 4th set and bring us back to level.
That's
and
exactly
it is
what she does.
And they share the set points there, Chef. Another intriguing battle.
Yeah, definitely. Lisa had some trouble starting up, but she's starting to find the middle. Deepika found the middle immediately, pretty much, but had that little 4 that wasn't really up to par. So yeah, she shot 3 good ends, and Lisa only had 2 good ends. So yeah, it's an interesting match for sure. Yeah.
Well, here we look back at that 10 from Lisa Unruh, and the last shot there from Deepika Kumari, just hanging in there for a good 10 there.
Yeah, so even though that looks quite far from the center, that's probably 6 centimeters, maybe even less from the center of the target, on a distance of 70 meters. So
Kumari, you have 5.
You have to keep in mind that
You're
it's
gonna
actually
shoot
a lot
first,
harder than
you're
it
going to
looks.
shoot second. Okay.
Yeah,
Target
70
1
meters
is
is
shooting
an awfully
first.
long way.
The range is clear. Shoot.
I saw you up at the top of the range yesterday with a green-orange.
Yes.
Showing everybody how small the target is to get a 10. So Unruh trails by 2 still. This is the all-important 5th set. Unruh needs to get the 2 points to stay in the match. And a 10 from Deepika Kumari is a great response. All she needs to do is match
Yes,
Lisa Unruh's.
Lisa needs to make up 2 points and 2 arrows right now, and that's the best way to do that.
Inside 5 seconds to go. She's got to let this one go. Crikey, that was close.
Yeah.
Gets a 9. Oh, 10 from Unruh here. Make this very interesting. It is a 10. A great shot under huge pressure.
Yeah, I'm sure she's really happy with that.
But Kumari needs a 10 here. A quick release, gets the 9, and the 2 set points go to Lisa Unruh, and 2 set points means we're level at 5 apiece. What does that mean, Chef?
That means finally a shoot-off, which I've been looking forward to all day. So,
well, remarkable stuff there from the German there, pulling out a 10 for her last arrow, and that put enough pressure. Well, here it is. Look at that. I mean, a really good one. Here's Kumari's response. A very, very quick release.
yeah. So and it hit quite well. Just not hit the 10 ring. But you can see that Lisa has been slowly getting better throughout the match, whereas Kumari has been pretty stable, and except for that one shot. So Lisa has been coming back, and will be going into the shoot-off, knowing that she's getting better every shot.
Yeah. Well, here we go. As you're looking down the field of play, we've got a close-up on our technical official there, who's replacing the targets. We want fresh, clean targets for a shoot-off, because we want, if we need to go to a measure, we don't want the target judge to be distracted. Chef, how does the shoot-off work?
In this case, we're shooting a recurve shoot-off, which means that both archers will shoot one arrow closest to the center. In the case of 2 10s, so if both archers shoot a 10, they will do a reshoot and then have another close to the center shot.
So there you go. Potentially could be decided in one arrow, but if they're both 10s, they get a second shot from each archer. And the tension starts to build here at this stage, if it hasn't built enough already, because we have to wait for not only the targets to be replaced, but for them to be calibrated with our scoring system. It looks like they're nearly done.
First. The range is clear. Shoot off.
And Deepika Kumari has the honour of going first. This is it for the bronze medal in the recurve women.
So remember, if you shoot a 10 here in the first arrow, you know that you're at least not going to lose.
Well, a reasonable length of hold there brings us a 9, so a 10 for Unruh will give her bronze in Samsun.
10. 5.
It's dropped into the 8 potentially. Has that gone into the 8, or will that go to a measure?
It's not necessary, because the shoot-off means that Deepika is closer to the center, and unless they both shoot 10s, they don't need to shoot a reshoot with the same
need to go for it, because it's outside of the 10, of course. And after an interesting match where it was up and down throughout, both athletes are not getting a convincing lead at any stage. It's Kumari who comes out on top, and she'll be standing on the podium a little bit later on today.
Maybe she's broken the curse of getting only silvers now by getting a bronze, and she can get a gold medal next time.
Well, they got the gold medal match coming up very shortly, and the fans are really waiting for that one. Great anticipation as we look back on that intriguing bronze medal match. And in the end, it was Kumari who came out on top, but it was topsy-turvy for her, throwing in a 4 there, and you saw the reaction. She wasn't happy with that at all. But Lisa Unruh, well, you said it, Chef, she pulled it back together. She got stronger as the match went on, but in the end, a tie-break or a shoot-off was forced, and it was Kumari who came out on top. And the handshake and a gracious smile there from Lisa Unruh, and a warm hug. The Indian will be on the podium a little bit later on, but no time to hang around. It's time for the gold medal match. This is what the season's been building to, and what a great matchup we have. Remind ourselves how we got to this stage, as we see At the top of the order, it was Turkey's Yasemin Anagosh who took out the #1 seed, the reigning Olympic champion, then Kamari, and she will go up against Lee Young of Korea, the #2 seed for the tournament. They're in the wings waiting to come out, so let's welcome them up. It's time for the gold medal match here in Samsun.
Please welcome the athletes to the field for the Recurve Women's Gold Medal Match.
Bayanlar baylar, klasik yay bayanlar şampiyonluk maçında yarışacak sporcuları sahaya davet ediyoruz.
On target #1, ranked #4 in the world, representing Republic of Korea.
Bir numaralı hedef, dünya dördüncüsü Kore'den
Lee Young. On target #2, the European champion, representing Turkey.
Rakibi 2 numaralı hedef, son Avrupa şampiyonu
Yasemin Anagosh.
Okay, athletes. Please, Lee, you will shoot first. Anagosh, you will shoot second. Are you both ready? Okay, Lee on target 1 will shoot first. The range is clear. Begin the match.
So here we go. It's Lee Young of Korea on target 1 who will be shooting first for the gold medal. And she's up against Yasemin Anagosh of Turkey. Very fast release there from Lee, and contrasting to the bronze medal match. Same from Anagosh, and she starts with a 10. This is going to go very fast if these ladies release their arrows so quickly.
Yeah, at this pace we're going to have a really quick match.
The 10 line, so it gets the 10.
But it might well be good to 5 sets.
Sağ tarafa karşıya çalışıyoruz. İyi değil, süper.
Wow. Can't imagine the pressure Yasemin Anagosh is under. So a 9 will put this out of reach. 9 is enough, yeah. I should say, for Yasemin Anagosh.
Karşıya çalış.
Much longer hold.
Güzel.
She didn't have much time left, and yeah, she was too. Yeah, well, it's difficult to say, but it seemed like she was taking too much time preparing mentally for that shot, and by the time she was ready to shoot, she didn't have enough time left to make it proper, and yeah, it went out to the 6.
Sen hazır olduğunda başla bir an önce.
Well, she started so well.
Hava karışıyor.
Two
Bazen sana
tens
indirmek
here.
zorunda kalabilirim. Tamam mı? Lütfen sonra
And
kal.
then
And that long hold, I
you
mean,
can see the release is not like yeah, she's not happy with the shot, so she knew it wasn't going to go in the middle. With a bit of a reaction after, I think she hit a leg or something. So yeah, she's visibly disappointed with it, but her coach is trying to calm her down and tell her everything is going to be fine if you just do it like the first 2 shots.
Okay, Anagosh, you have 0 points. You will shoot first.
Well, Lee
you have 2 points.
has taken the first 2 sets.
Are you ready?
Set points.
Target
And
2 is
she
shooting first. The
leads
range
here.
is clear. Shoot.
The highest seed qualified by winning in Berlin, but it's Yasemin Anagosh who came through as the host nation pick who will shoot first in the second set.
Başlayalım hazır olduğunda. Dinamik bitsin sağ tarafta. Güzel. Aferin.
그렇지.
Tam sağ taraflar. Karşıya çıksın. Güzel.
Just feeling the tension here in the nerves. The only person that perhaps isn't showing any sign of tension is this lady here, Lee Young, 21-year-old, supported by a minority in the crowd.
Gel karşıya çıksın. Güzel güzel, sorun yok.
So that's a good end, and well, you can never assume that somebody shoots a 10, but
Well, the 9 is enough to draw level and share the points, and a little bit of a smile, or a big smile in fact, on the face of Lee Young, and having a chat with the coach.
이거 10점을 맞춰야겠다 생각.
Good communication between both the sets of coaches and athletes.
as they get interrupted by the agent who will give them the arrows back.
We get a comparison here of the arrows of the match so far.
Yeah, so I would say there's 11 really good arrows here, and there's one little oops again.
Yeah, one little oops, the technical term that you love to use. Top right there, the 6'4" Anagosh. And there she is. She's got a smile on her face. I think she is clearly happy to be here, but once you get to a gold medal match, you do want to win it, don't you?
Yeah, obviously.
So you will shoot first. Lee, you have 3 points, so you will shoot second. Okay, ready? Target 2, shooting first. The range is clear. Shoot.
Well, she'll be happy to get her first points, Yasmin Anagosh. She's off the mark, but Lee Yun leads this one 3 set points to 1. So Anagosh will shoot first.
İyi süre.
Really strong shot.
천천히 여유 있게.
Drifting off to the left.
Sağ tarafla ortaya bitir. İyi bitti, sorun yok.
Another decent shot. So he's getting back in this
빼고
competition.
들어 여유 있게 편하게.
Arrow by arrow.
센터랑.
Pressure on Lee here.
조금씩 길어진다.
Gets a 9.
So all Yasmin has to do now is just shoot an arrow in the golden.
Haydi sağ tarafla.
She'll get this set and be right back in the match.
Just as simple as that. That's 70 meters.
Yeah, she seemed relieved by the time she walked off the line.
Yeah, big deep breaths again from Anagosh. She's really trying to settle her nerves. But if anything, the nerves are getting to Lee Young-gyung. Just drifted off into a 25 out of 30. A 28 was enough for Anagosh to draw level on the set points. And here is the first arrow of that set from the Turkish athlete into the 9, really settling her nerves.
Burada. Tamam mı? Birazcık rahatlık vereceğim.
She gets some help with that, with the settling of the nerves by Göktuğ, her coach. He's also an experienced archer himself, he has been an experienced archer. He's been to the Olympics and he's been coaching the Turkish team for quite some time now.
Few seconds. Are we ready? Target number 1 is shooting first. The range is clear. Shoot.
Well, all level, we move into set 4, and it's Lee Young of Korea who will shoot first. She won the Youth Olympic bronze in Nanjing in 2014.
빼고 들어올 센터.
Can she get the gold here in
그렇지.
Samsun?
태. 아우.
Hazır olduğunda sağ tarafla karşıya çalışırsa o. Güzel. Aferin Sergen.
I think Yasmin has her last name on the tip of her stabilizer. There's some gold weights that have Yeah.
Güven kendine. Yine bir karşıya bitsin.
It says something that's difficult to read right now, but
Aferin.
it was a pretty good shot, but it drifted out into the 8.
Atış güzel diyorsa sorun yok.
Mini advantage for Lee.
She gets it.
And puts it out of reach.
So it doesn't matter what Jasmine shoots here. She's just gonna try to get it in the middle. And she gets it. So at least she still had a good shot that she can build on for next end. But next end she will have to win unless yeah, if she doesn't win the set, she's not gonna win this match.
Well, brilliant shooting from both the archers, as we have come to expect here. Lee just edging that one.
Sürecek maç. Tamam mı? Bu seride sonuna kadar sürecek. İlk iki yokta ne olduğunu hiç önemi yok.
It was just the 8. You can see it here from Yasemin Anagos that opened the door for Lee, and Lee's response, well, pretty spectacular, you have to say.
Yeah, well, that's all she could do in that particular moment, and that's exactly what she did.
Shoot first. 5 points. You will shoot
So
second.
Lee not being affected
Okay, are you
by
ready? Target 2 is
crowd
shooting
support
first.
for
The range
Anagos.
is clear. Shoot.
5 set points for Lee Yun-gyung.
Haydi sağ tarafta lütfen.
Yasemin Anagos
Tamam, biri bitti.
needs a good start and gets a good start. She has to win this set to stay in the gold medal match. The response from Lee is looking strong.
Yeah, she knows that she only has to draw every arrow.
Right now, the opportunity may slip away here if Lee lands another 10. Door open. Oh, she's put it in the 8 as well. The pressure got to her. We're back to level pegging, but Anagos has to get a better score on this last arrow than Lee. A 9. So, a 9 is enough for Lee to take the gold medal here in Samsun. And it is a 9. It's an amazing shot. They drew 27 apiece in the final set, but a single point was all Lee Yun-gyung needed to take the title here in Samsun. She is the Hyundai Archery World Cup final gold medalist for 2018. And boy, what a champion's performance it required from her to beat Yasemin Anagos, who was shooting brilliantly and had the crowd behind her. But Lee Yun-gyung is the champion. Well, Chef, sometimes you see the Koreans and the Korean athletes are so focused we don't get much emotion from them, but here we did see a little bit, not in the first match, but from then on, Lee was giving us a smile every now and again.
Yeah, she was enjoying herself, and there was definitely some pressure that she was dealing with.
As we look back across the highlights of that match, Anagos, you got to say, did really well, but a couple of stray arrows was enough to leave the door open for Lee Yun-gyung. And we talked about the emotion being shown. Little smiles on her face throughout. Anagos, well, she would be pleased. She knocked out the #1 seed and the reigning Olympic champion, but it was Lee Yun-gyung who took the Recurve Women's gold medal here in Samsun, Turkey.
Following this, we have a Recurve mixed team final for this World Cup final.
Well, brilliant stuff
Ödül
here
töreninden
in
sonra
the
mixed takım
Recurve
karşılaşmaları
women's session.
bizlerle
Here
olacak.
are the final rankings.
So not
Li
only award
Yun-gun
ceremony, we
confirmed
have one more
as
match in
the
the
champion of
morning session.
2018.
The
Anna Ghosh will
Recurve
pick up the
mixed
silver,
team
and Deepika
final.
Kumari of India is the bronze medalist. So we've got all the archery out of the way in this first session.
Mixed takım
And
karşılaşmalarını izleyeceğiz.
coming up very, very shortly, we'll go straight to the awards ceremony. Interesting shooting here in the women's session.
Yeah, definitely. We've seen some people sort of crumble under the pressure, and yeah, the long holds of some people were really, really interesting to watch.
Yeah, so ups and downs performances, and usually we're used to consistency across a match. Sometimes it will be up and down between the matches, but there was so much. Well, the odd arrow going left and right, and I know you obviously know all of these athletes. It'd be very interesting to find out what their thoughts are, because we've speculated about the wind. Of course, there's always the tension.
Yeah.
But there were some very unusual ones.
Yeah. I'm interested to talk to some of them and see if I can get something out of them as per information.
Well, the rain held off. That's one good thing. I'm sure the archers will be delighted about that. So it's been a great session, as I said, and we'll get a chance to look back at what happened here today. That great match in the quarterfinals with Yasemin Anagosh, Turkish athlete, knocking out the favourite, I'm going to say it, the favourite Chang Hye-jin, 6-4 in the first quarterfinal, and then a remarkable performance from Ksenia Perova in the first quarterfinal.
Yeah, I'm still wondering what happened to those 3 arrows. They hit pretty much on a postmark left in the black and blue.
Yeah, well, that put them both, well, put Yasemin Anagosh and Lee Yun-gung into the semis, and it was Lisa Unruh who came through an interesting one with Tanya Ting. Pretty easy in the end, 7-3, and Deepika Kumari making it through. Anagosh showing her mettle in that semi-final against Kumari to make it through. Kumari had to feel sorry for her, she didn't have a coach, and Lee Yun-gun getting into the final as well. So it meant for some interesting matches all the way through, but it looks like we're nearly ready to welcome the medalists out onto the field of play. Let's go straight back down for our medal ceremony.
Ladies and gentlemen, the victory ceremony for the Recurve women.
Bayanlar baylar, klasik yay bayanlar bireysel ödül töreni.
Trophy and checks will be presented by Sports Directorate Deputy General Manager.
Kupa ve ödül çeklerini Spor Genel Müdür Yardımcısı Sayın Murat Kocakaya verecek.
The Longines Watch will be presented by Longines International Advertising Manager.
Longines özel ödülünü Longines Uluslararası Reklam Menajeri verecek.
Samuel Gela. Third place, representing India.
Üçüncü, Hindistan'dan
Deepika Kumari. Second place, representing Turkey.
İkinci, Türkiye'den
Yasemin Anagosh. First place, representing Republic of Korea,
Ve birinci Kore'den
Lee Young-kyung. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the national anthem of the Republic of Korea.
Bayanlar baylar lütfen Kore Ulusal Marşı için ayağa kalkalım.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm round of applause to our athletes.
Bayanlar baylar sporcularımızı tebrik ediyor ve onları alkışlıyoruz.
Well, there we go. The Recurve women's event is done and dusted. Lee Young-kyung, the second seed, a 21-year-old from Korea, took the gold from Yasmin Anagosh, who put in a brave performance on home soil. Deepika Kumari picked up the bronze medal. And Chef, your highlight from that session?
Probably the biggest knockout of the day being Anagos and Chang, and Anagos walking away with the win.
Yeah, that was a phenomenal fourth quarter final. It's been brilliant stuff throughout, though, with some up and down performances throughout the quarterfinals, semis, and into the medal matches. And the crowd are waiting here because we have more medal ceremonies coming up in just a second. And now it's time to welcome the athletes and the medal party out for the Longines Award here in Samsun.
Ladies and gentlemen, the victory ceremony for the Recurve Women Longines Prize of Precision.
Bayanlar baylar klasik yay bayanlar Longines özel ödül töreni.
The Longines Prize of Precision will be presented by Longines International Advertising Manager
Longines özel ödülünü Longines Uluslararası Reklam Menajeri verecek.
Samuel Gela. The winner of the 2018 Hyundai Archery World Cup Women's Recurve Precision Prize, representing the Republic of Korea,
2018 Hyundai Okçuluk Dünya Kupası özel ödülünü kazanan Kore'den
Chang Ye-jun. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm round of applause to our athlete.
Bayanlar baylar sporcumuzu tebrik ediyor ve onu alkışlıyoruz.
Well, tough competition for Chang Hye-jin here, going out in the quarterfinals, but she does pick up the Longines Precision Award. So a bit of a smile on her face at the end of the action of the women's recurve session, which has been absolutely superb. That's it from this session though, but coming up at 3 o'clock local time, we switch over to the recurve men's event, the same format, 4 quarterfinals followed by the semis and the medal matches to finish the action
is all
here
about the recurve
in Samsun. We've thoroughly enjoyed having you here for the women's event. Do come back a little bit later for the recurve men's session.
Bugün sadece klasik yayların günü.